All right. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. Good afternoon, Anish. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. So last day, what we were dealing with was pronouns. Today, what we are going to study is adjectives. Okay. So, pardon me. Adjectives. Now, coming back to adjectives, we have learned from the small class itself that it is basically a word which describes a noun or pronoun, which qualifies or which modifies. Okay, to add something, to give in some details. Okay, when I'm talking, like for example, let me give you guys an example. If I'm talking about Ram is a good boy. Okay, Ram is a good boy. So good is the adjective there that qualifies boy, which in turn comes back at Ram. Ram is a good boy. Okay, so good is the adjective there, the word which describes the nature of boy, the noun there. So that is an adjective. All right, simple as that. Now what we'll do, we'll move on to the kinds of adjectives. Okay, kinds of adjectives. First one, see why I'm teaching you guys these kinds of adjectives, all that is that when you see a question, at least you will be able to understand which type of adjective it is, so that you will again remember the rules associated with it, or else no need to study kinds of adjectives, these and all. I'm just telling you guys these. Okay, just keep in mind. Okay, so proper adjectives. First kind of adjective is proper adjective. Proper adjectives, learning proper nouns. I have told you guys, proper noun is what? A noun which has details of in detail. Like if I'm talking about ice cream, I've told you the same example. Ice cream is can be any ice cream, any color, any flavor, any consistency, anything. Okay, but when I talk about the proper noun of that, Amul ice cream, now I'm here for the brand, so that has become a proper noun, right? Something in proper noun. Okay, the so proper adjective is kind of adjective that is derived from proper noun. For example, if I tell he is Chinese, that Chinese person or Chinese boy. So that is an adjective. Chinese is an adjective that describes boy, the noun boy, right? So Chinese is a proper adjective. Why? Because it comes from the proper noun China. Okay, Chinese comes from the proper noun China. So they are proper adjectives. Indian, okay, Indian boy or Indian culture. So that is a proper adjective, Indian. That comes from the proper noun India. Again, Shakespearean drama, Shakespearean era. That is Shakespearean. So that's a proper adjective that comes from the proper noun Shakespeare. He is a famous writer in English, of English. Okay. So proper adjectives come from proper nouns. Okay, for another example I would give is Buddhist monastery, Buddhist. So that comes from Buddhism. Okay, that is a religion, Buddhist monastery. Monastery dedicated, devoted to Lord Buddha. Okay, British rule. If I'm talking like that, British, Britain, that comes from Britain. So they are proper adjectives. Okay. Now the second type is possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives, of course, as the name suggests, they show possession. If I tell this is my book, okay, this is my book. Now, my is an adjective that describes the possession of the noun book. Book is the noun there, and I'm just using my book, my as the adjective there. Whose book it is? My book. So that shows the possession. Okay, but difference is there when I tell this book is mine. This book is mine. Now that is a personal, sorry, possessive pronoun. This book is mine is a personal, sorry, possessive pronoun. Okay, that's a noun. Mine. That is one somebody's, okay, mine. It belongs to me. But when I tell this is a personal, sorry, give me a moment. You guys remind me to disable participants annotation every day without fail. So thank you so much. All right. What was I going to tell? Yes, possessive adjectives. So possessive adjectives, again, as I was telling, this is my car. So car is the noun and my is the adjective there. Simple as that. My, our house, your pen, his car, their house, her, its. Now again, I've told you it apostrophe s and it's the difference. Okay. So yes. Now see, adjectives of quality. Quality is like what? A characteristic feature, a trait of a person. He is a tall man. Tall man. That means tall. I'm talking about the characteristic feature. What kind of a person? Tall man. The fresh flowers. Again, what kind of flowers? Fresh. So that is the characteristic feature of that flower. So that is the adjective of quality. Simple as that. One thing I would want to tell is that, see, what is the difference between verbal and oral? Verbal and oral. Okay. See, whenever I'm talking about words, okay, verbal is always attributed to words. For example, I can tell his verbal ability is perfect. His verbal ability. That means something related to words, be it his talking skills or be it his writing skills, be it anything related to words, that is verbal skills. Okay, verbal. Now oral, if I'm talking about oral skills, that means attributed to the talking skills only. Okay, just talking skills, that is oral. But verbal, it is anything that is attributed to words, be it in writing or talking. Okay, so that is a difference. Verbal is anything attributed to words. Oral is anything attributed to talking skills. Okay, again, another thing. Common and mutual. Where is the difference? Common and mutual. See, common is shared by all who are concerned. Like if I'm telling, the rule is common to everyone in the class. The rule is common to everyone in the class. That means all the students who are concerned. Okay, that is common. That means it is shared by all the concerned people. Okay, but when I'm talking about mutual, mutual is in relation to each other. As the name tells, it might be mostly two objects, two persons, anything. Okay, mutual is like relation to each other. Again, I've told you where to use each other, one another. Each other is for two people and one another is for a lot of people, right? Similarly, common is shared by all that are concerned, but mutual is mostly two people, two object, anything that is two in relation to each other. If I can tell, India and Pakistan do not share a very good mutual understanding. Mutual understanding. Okay, that means India and Pakistan. That two objects, that is two countries. Okay, so that is the difference between common and mutual. Keep that in mind. Okay, now coming to an important kind of adjectives. I'm talking about these kind of adjectives again to tell the rules in that. Okay, or else if I suddenly come up with you should use this with this and you should not use with this, then you guys will get confused. Why not? That is why I am telling the types of adjectives so that you guys have an idea what kind of adjective, what is this thing about, so that it will be more easy. Okay. Okay, so that is one thing. Now coming to adjectives of quantity. Okay, adjectives of quantity. See, quantity is like how much of a thing, right? Quantity of something is like how much of a thing. Okay. Now again, I've had people asking what is it, where to use quantity and where to use number. Okay, quantity and number. Now quantity, I would tell it is mostly for non-living objects. You know, mostly for non-living objects, like quantity of rice or quantity of water, I can tell. But I will never use quantity of persons, will I? I will always use number of persons. Okay, so there is the difference. Quantity of persons is never a thing. Quantity of rice or quantity of water, anything else, that is a thing. Okay, so that is the difference for non-living objects, mostly inanimate objects, I would tell. Okay, there is a difference. Quantity. Now I have many students. Okay, see, now little, a little and the little, I have told you guys the same thing in articles. Okay, I have told you guys the same thing. Yes, number of people. Yes, right. So little, a little and the little where to use in articles, I was telling you. Little is, see the sentence, see the context, see what sense the sentence is trying to convey. If that is in a negative light, okay, use little. He has little hope of recovery. He has little hope of recovery. So little is what? In this sentence, we understand that that guy has almost zero. We are telling it in a negative light. Okay, in a very negative way. Like he has actually absolutely no hope. That is what we mean. Okay, he has little hope of recovery. A little. A little is again very small quantity, but in a positive light. He has a little hope of recovery. That means some hope is there. Okay, I'm not telling in a negative light, I'm telling in somewhat positive light. Okay, a little. He has a little hope of recovery. Okay, some, not much, but some. He has a little hope of recovery. That means nearing zero, but still I would put it in a good light. Okay, he has a little hope of recovery. Now the little is like all that is available, all that was left, the rest of something. Okay, the little money Rahul had has gone for his hospital expenses. That means whatever was left, whatever that was available to him, which was in his hand, that has gone for hospital expenses. So the little money Rahul had, okay, the little, I would not use a little money or little money. No, the little money. Why? Because whatever that was left with him, okay, the little. The little milk I saved for you was spilled by Rohan. The little milk I saved. That means whatever milk was there, whatever that was available, okay, that the little milk I saved for you was spilled by Rohan. So this is the difference between little, a little, and the little. All right, little, a little, and the little. Similarly, we also use few. Few, a few, and the few. Where the difference lies is that there is little milk in bottle. There is little milk in bottle means there must be some, but almost zero. In a negative light, I'm telling. If I want some milk, and if I'm asking you, is there any milk? Then you tell there is little milk in the bottle. That means absolutely, you're telling in a negative light that there might not be milk. The quantity of milk might not be what I expected. Okay, I'm telling in a negative light. There is little milk in bottle. That means, mostly like no milk, right? Mostly like no milk. Okay, yes. So what I was telling you guys is a little and few. Yes, little, again I'm telling it is for quantity. Okay, little hope. Okay, little less rice or something like that. Little. But few is for number. This is the important thing. I would not use little people. I would always use few people. Okay, few is for number. Few people, few bottles. Okay, water, that is for number, which is for countable, which is for like that I would tell. Okay, so few is for number, whereas little is for quantity. But the context, like few, a few, the few, same as what I have explained. Little, a little, and the little. Okay, same as I have explained. Little, a little, and the little. Same as I've explained. Few, a few, the few is there. But the context is that few is used with for numbers, whereas little is used for quantity. Okay, so that is one thing. All right. Same thing as I've explained you, few. So I hope that is it. Now, yes. Now again, a lot of people have difficulty in using any or some. Just think that any and some. Of course, we use it in a lot of ways, right? But what is the difference? Where to use any and where to use some? Okay, so we'll start with some. Now, if I go to a shop and I want to get any cloth, okay, I want to get one dress from there, then that's an affirmative thing. Like I have decided, okay, then I'll tell I shall buy something from this shop or some cloth from this shop. In a sentence, in an affirmative sentence, I use some. I shall buy some. Okay, give me a moment, guys. Few is used for countable things. I cannot tell it is used for living, Ansh, because if I tell few bottles, bottles are not living, but still I tell few. Why? Because it is countable. It is for number. Okay. Okay, good. Now again, yes, some. I was talking about some. Now something from the shop. So affirmative sentence, positive kind of sentence, I use some. I shall buy something from the shop, some cloth from the shop, anything. But for negative, okay, negative sentence, I shall not buy anything from the shop. I shall not buy any dress. I do not want anything. Okay, so for negative sentence, I do not, no one, nothing, never, all these things, negative. Okay, so negative sentences, I use any. I do not want to buy anything. I shall not buy anything. I do not want anything from the shop. Or for interrogative, shall I get you anything? Okay, shall I get you anything from this shop? So for interrogative, that means I'm asking you whether you want it or not. Okay, so interrogative and negative sentences, I use any. Keep this in mind. When even if you use it, you can use it for everyday talking as well, because it seems right. It seems awkward otherwise. Okay, so for negative and interrogative sentences, we use any. Whereas for positive affirmative sentences, we use some. Okay, so I have some money left with me. Okay, that's a positive affirmative sentence. But now when I ask, I do not have any money left with me. Negative sentence, any. Do you have any money with you? That is, again, interrogative sentences. So that is a use of any and some. Okay. Yes. Now we are learning adjectives of quantity. Now adjectives of number. See, adjectives of number, again I'm telling, number is something which you can count. That can be definite. Like I have two children. Two children. Two is an adjective of number, referring to the number of children I have. Okay, I have two children. Definite. The two is definite. Indefinite, that is vague, which is not clear. A few, less, many, more, some, any. These are all vague, not clear. I'm not telling it definitely. Indefinite. So that is indefinite. Now see, important thing. Same thing I have told. Little. Okay. See. Little is the okay, we'll save it when we'll study the degrees of comparison for adjective, because if I tell you guys this now, it will be confusing. This, that, little and less, I have told you, it is for quantity and few is for number. Okay, little and little less is for quantity and few is for number. Okay, keep that in mind and then we'll study it later. Okay, when we'll deal with the comparison of adjectives. Okay, now another kind of adjective, distributive. Of course, distributive, each and every. Now what is the small difference? See, if you Google the synonym of each, or if you Google the synonym of every, each and every will come. Synonym of each is every and synonym of every is each. That will come. Okay, but there lies a small difference when you use it in different sentences. Okay, see, each, when I'm talking about each, I am stressing individual members. Okay, each one should answer this question. Okay, each one, that means I'm stressing over individual members of the group. Okay, but when I'm talking every, it's more like I'm stressing all the members of the group. Every person will get a, everyone will get a gift. So that means I'm talking about all the members of a group in general. Okay, every person will get, but when I'm talking about each, I'm stressing individual members. So this is the small difference, smallest difference I would tell, that is for each and every. Okay, again I'm telling you guys will get each and every as synonyms of each other, but this is the smallest difference. If you ask me what is the difference, because see the sentence, each one takes turns in cooking dinner. That means each one. Okay, each one in family, one person, okay, individual person in the family takes turns in cooking dinner. But see the sentence, my mother would like to thank every one of you. Okay, that means the whole group who offered assistance, my mom is thanking everyone. Okay, that is like the members of the complete group, members of the complete group I'm talking about. So this is another thing. Okay, now exclamatory adjectives, I was telling you guys, what whenever we use exclamation, okay, what an amazing idea, amazing idea. So idea is a noun and amazing is a adjective. Now one more thing, see, amazement, amazement is a noun. Okay, that's a thing. Okay, amazement. Now the same thing when it comes as adjective, it is amazing. Okay, and adjectives always needs a noun. So amazing idea. Same thing, understanding. Understanding is a noun. Okay, why? Because it's a thing, understanding. He is anything, sorry. Okay, understand. But understandable. Okay, understandable opinion. So that is a adjective, understandable. Okay, similarly, capacity. Capacity is a noun. Okay, capacity. But capable. See how the adjectives are formed from that. Capacity is a noun and the corresponding adjective is capable. Capable person. That is an adjective. Capable person. Okay, so these are all like when you guys get in sentences, please do take care of that. Okay. Now exclamatory adjectives, interrogative adjectives. Similarly, we have studied interrogative these which, why, who, what, all that thing, they are interrogative adjectives. Okay, demonstrative adjectives. Again, whenever I point something, okay, give me that bottle. So I'm talking about I'm pointing out the thing that is meant. Okay, give me that bottle, that, those, this, all these things are demonstrative in purpose to show. Okay, so that is give me that bottle. That means I'm pointing out towards the pointing out to the thing that is being meant. Give me that bottle. That is the demonstrative adjective. Okay, yes. Now comes the important part for your exam. Okay, all right. Okay, now see, adjectives, as I was telling you guys, they are used to describe a noun, right? So of course it is not necessary that only one noun will come in one sentence or one context. There will come a time when you have to compare the nature of two nouns or compare the two nature of one noun. Okay, so there will be comparison. So for comparison purposes, there are different forms or degrees of adjectives. Listen to me carefully, please. So for comparison, okay, just listen to me and then I'll make it more clear. So first degree of comparison is positive degree. That means I'm just talking about one noun. I'm not comparing it with any other noun. I'm just describing one noun. Okay, when I tell Meerut is a big city, Meerut is a big city. Okay, so big, see, big is the adjective that is describing city. Meerut is a big city. Okay, I'm not describing, sorry, I'm not comparing Meerut with any other place. I'm just talking that Meerut is a, telling that Meerut is a big city. Now comparative degree, the second degree is that when I compare Meerut with another city. Okay, Meerut is bigger than Ghaziabad. Okay, Meerut is bigger than Ghaziabad. Now see, bigger. Okay, bigger is the comparative degree. That means when I compare Meerut with Ghaziabad, I have come up with another degree of comparison, comparative degree, the second degree. Okay, when I compare Meerut with Ghaziabad. All right. So when I compare two things, then I use the comparative degree, bigger. Now superlative degree or the third degree is that when I compare one noun with a lot of other nouns, okay, with a number of other nouns. See, Meerut is the biggest city of West Uttar Pradesh. Meerut is the biggest city of West Uttar Pradesh. That means I am comparing Meerut with a lot of other cities in West Uttar Pradesh. A lot of other cities in West Uttar Pradesh. So Meerut is being compared with a lot of other cities in West Uttar Pradesh, and the degree, superlative degree, is biggest. Okay, this is how we use. If I'm not talking about any comparison, I use the first degree, big. Now, if I'm talking about two, comparing two nouns, then comparative degree, bigger. Now, if I'm talking about one city and comparing it with a lot of other cities, then we use superlative, biggest. Okay, similarly, fast, faster, fastest, strong, stronger, strongest. Okay, so these are pretty, prettier, prettiest. Okay, good, bad, sorry, good, better, best. Okay, these are all the comparative, sorry, comparison of adjectives, degrees of comparison. Okay, good, he's a good boy. He is better than Ram. He is the best in the class. This is the 3 degrees of comparison. Okay, so please keep this in mind when to use it. Because if I'm using comparative degree, when I'm comparing one noun and a lot of other nouns, it is wrong. Then I have to use superlative. So in sentences, keep out. Okay, keep an eye for that. This is why I'm teaching you guys this from the basics. Okay. All right. Is it clear, everyone? Till here, any doubt or anything? Now we have to go to the rules for your exam. So if there is anything which I would want to make it clear, anything, any problem? All right. Now coming to the first rule. See, some words, okay, some words. For example, if I tell complete, okay, complete. See, complete is the 100% of something. Like that work is complete. That means that work is 100% done. Now, how will I tell something to be more complete or most complete? Okay, this is English. I know there is 150%, 200% and all in maths. This is English. For English people, 100% is at the par, like it is the topmost perfect thing. Okay, so complete is like I cannot tell your work is more complete. No, because complete itself is the 100% of something that is expected. Okay, so those kind of words like complete or perfect. The perfect is like the at most perfection, like at most excellence, which something can bring out, right? So perfect, I cannot tell you are more perfect than someone. Wrong. Because perfect itself is something. So those kind of words like complete, perfect, excellent, okay, chief. Chief is like something that comes in first place in a priority list. Chief. Okay, or ideal. Ideal is like what? 100%, like no problem. That is ideal. Okay, ideal solution. I cannot tell something is more ideal because ideal is the 100% best solution for something. That is what I'm meaning by ideal solution. Okay, so ideal, major concern. If I'm talking about major, that means the first one in the list, major concern. Okay, major is like I cannot tell more major or most major. Why? Because major itself is the first one. Okay, now superior, junior, all these things, there cannot be any comparison. I cannot tell more perfect or more complete. Okay, there is no comparison. I cannot tell like it in a comparative way. It remains the same. If there is a lot of things to compare with, I'll just pick out the best. Okay, his work is complete, so there is no comparison. Others works were not complete, now his work is complete, so there is no comparison. I'll just tell like that. So these words, when you get in sentence, for example, let's discuss the most major problem first. Wrong, because major itself is the first one. Now most major is what? So we'll just see that as the error, the major problem first. Okay, most major is wrong. Major problem. Again, success is the chiefest motive of my life. Chiefest motive. Wrong. Chief itself again is the first thing in the list. So chief motive of my life. Okay, chiefest is wrong. Chief motive of my life. This is an area where you can get spotting error from. Okay. Okay. So that is it for the day. Give me a minute, guys. Yes, most eminent person, right? Superlative. Eminence is a noun. Now, if I'm talking about eminent, okay, eminent personality is like a lot of important personalities. Now, if I tell most eminent, that means the most important. Okay, is it clear? I do not want to read out the name because it seems a very awkward name. Cariminati. Okay, yes. Okay, so that is it for the day. Thank you so much for being here. Little time with you, gentlemen. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, I hope it was clear, everything. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.